Hi YouTube, how y'all doing? So today I'm going to be talking about ancient mammals. Now this list is going to be shorter than my usual list, but this video still might be as long as my usual videos because I just talk way too much. But you're probably wondering, what's a mammal? Well, a mammal is a warm-blooded animal that has fur or hair, gives live birth, although there are exceptions, and they produce milk as well as having very, very complex brains. Now, there are two ways mammals reproduce. First off, you have the monotremes, which are the weirdest mammals. They lay eggs. Some monotremes include the platypus, which I made a video on, and the echidna. That's it. It's only two monotremes that live today. Now let's go to live birth, starting off with Megatheria, or the marsupials. These mammals, first off, they give birth at a very, very, very early timing compared to the next mammals that I'm going to be talking about. And what distinguishes marsupials from other mammals is the pouch. Their young live in that pouch for a while until they're old enough. Now, some marsupials include kangaroos, koalas, and opossums. And now finally, I have the Eutheria, or the placental mammals. These mammals are pregnant for much longer than marsupials, and obviously they have a placenta, and the young develop more in the womb for much longer. And after this long ass explanation, now I'm going to give you the earliest mammals from each of these groups, starting off with Brazilodon. This is a small shrew-like animal which is believed to be the first ever mammal actually, and they were about 8 inches long and possibly weighed about 0.3 ounces. These animals lived in Brazil, it's in the name, and they lived during the late Triassic period. Based on how their teeth looked, it could be determined that this mammal was an insectivore, and this mammal being the earliest mammal, this was actually a monotreme. Yep, it was a monotreme. We didn't evolve to live birth yet, alright? But now let's fast forward many millions of years later to now Sinodelphes, which is actually considered to be the first marsupial. Yes, it is the first marsupial, and they lived during the early Cretaceous period in China. This mouse-sized mammal was about 6 inches long and possibly weighed about 1.05 ounces, and this mammal, again, possibly an insectivore. These mammals were really small, alright, very, very small. And now finally, we have the first ever placental mammal being the Eomia. Now, this animal lived in China during the late Cretaceous period, and they were about 4 inches long and possibly weighed between 0.7 to 0.9 ounces. Once again, this mammal was possibly an insectivore. It's crazy how these mammals started off very, very small, and then they just evolved to like some of the craziest things we see. I mean, like, these things look small. They look like shrews, mice, all of that stuff. And now you got whales, you got humans, you got chimpanzees, you got tigers, you got all these different mammals coming from that little thing. That's crazy. It's crazy how evolution could work. But that's it. I'm out.